Hi, loves. Welcome to AW Confidential. Today we're stepping into our villain era. Plain Jane is known for being bold, outspoken, and unapologetically herself, and we love that here at AW. Now she's bringing her energy to the House of Villains on Peacock, where strategy, alliances, and reputation are all part of the game. Let's get into it. Hello, hello. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So, congrats on the show.
Thank you so much.
I wanted to ask, when you walked into the House of Villains, did you plan to lean on into the villain label or did the game bring that out in you?
I feel like the game more so brought that out in me. I didn't want to, maybe this will be different in the future. If I'm ever on like a House of Villains All Stars, I'll definitely enter with my villain foot forward. But it was such a new sort of environment that I just wanted to like get to know everybody at first and, suss everybody else's game and personalities out first. But I feel like as the show went on, the villain definitely jumped out, girl, for sure.
And we love that. And I'm glad you mentioned that. So, inside a house full of villains, everyone is playing their own game.
Mhm.
What did you learn about alliances and trust during filming?
I learned that, bitch, you better have your alliances down from the get-go because you will get swept up in that stream and there will be no surfacing. Okay. So I, of course, like on Drag Race, you can't really make alliances because it's every girl for themselves. Of course, you're going to make friends, but you're all kind of getting picked off the island one by one by the judges. Here you're getting picked off by each other. So it
I
was
see.
definitely very new for me. But yeah, I learned that you have to make alliances early on. Otherwise, honey, you're chopped meat. You're chopped liver.
Did it bring out a different side of you that you maybe had never seen or that you haven't seen in a while?
Yeah, totally. It totally did. I mean, with each new like show that I sign up for, I mean, I've only done two so far, but I feel like I learn something else about myself, you know what I mean? And I
Can
unlock
you
like
share? Can you share?
I unlock a new character. Well, I learned that even with straight people in the room, I can be very brutal,
Mm.
and usually, I'm used to dealing with other queens and, clocking them on their makeup and their look or whatever, but I've learned that I can actually, um, clock a straight man on their sort of I don't know, lack of couth as well, and just, I can really let anyone have it, nobody is
Ah.
safe. So I feel like, I've tread these new waters now, and now I'm so much braver and more of a bitch than I've ever been before.
We love hearing that. And I want to ask you about that. So, for women who speak directly, often we are labeled as villainous or
Mhm.
a bitch.
Yes.
Do you think that the villain label is sometimes just a reaction to confidence?
100%, 100%. And Um, I feel like especially in the world we live now, where everybody is on social media and everybody has their own take on every single little thing, people are like, if you're confident and if you have strong opinions and if you're not afraid to speak your mind, you're immediately deemed polarizing because your opinion and your confidence is out there for the world to see, and everybody is now taking that in and judging you. So at the end of the day, being a villain is exactly what you said. It's being confident, it's being brave, and it's not being afraid to show that to the world and have the world receive you. And then they can thereby, go forth and, make their own little hypocritical assessments about you. So being a villain is just synonymous with being a confident bad bitch, in my
Do
opinion.
you, boo?
Mhm.
So you're known for having zero filter. Has that boldness ever cost you something or has it been your superpower? I have my opinion. I mean,
Okay.
this is the first time we're connecting, and I feel like you own who you are
Mhm.
and you stand true to who you are. I love that energy, but it can be taken the wrong way. I think it's a superpower, but I'm wondering what.
I I totally do as well, and it doesn't always feel good to be, labeled as the bad guy or whatever, but at the same time there are a lot of people that receive that as strength and really look up to you as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, fuck the negativity and fuck that noise. I've learned how to tune it out at this point. It's all white noise to me, and
You should teach a class, master class.
maybe so, but yeah, I think that there's only strength in that. I mean, and you see based on my sort of popularity and based on the opportunities that I now get, everybody wants a piece of plain Jane.
I love that.
You
I
know?
know it's just your energy comes across. And so this podcast is about truth telling. And
Mhm.
I drop truth bombs everywhere. And it took me a while to step into that because you're right. There is judgment. There is,
Mm.
people think they know who you are.
Yep.
There's a lot that comes with that. So before we wrap, I like to make sure that I leave guests with I always want a truth bomb. So if the world calls you a villain for telling the truth, do you soften your truth or do you own the title and just give it to them?
Own the title 1000%. You cannot back down because as soon as you show these bitches a sign of weakness, honey, these little piranhas are going to munch at you and they're going to drag you down. Okay. So you own it, you stand in your truth, and you will rise above it all and be the star that you are.
I love that. Where do you get this from?
I just life, girl. Just life.
You are amazing. I'm gonna start following you. I think you're we need more of that.
Thank
So
you so,
thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks for your
Of course.
time.
Yeah, it was great chatting with you. Thank you.
Great chatting with you. That was Plain Jane. She doesn't require an introduction or an outro. Catch her on House of Villains on Peacock. Sometimes the villain is just telling the truth. I'll talk to you soon, loves.